All business being complete, we will now receive citizen comments on any items other than those listed on this agenda. So if you wish to address the Mayor and Commission, please come to the podium, state your name and complete address, and remember to honor our 3-minute rule. So is there anyone that would like to address the Mayor and Commission tonight?
Hey, good evening, guys. My name is John Hill, and I reside at 145 Grady Avenue. I've lived in Athens for 5 years now, and I present myself today with honesty and integrity on behalf of the silent majority of Athens citizens and on behalf of GA NORML UGA, an organization dedicated to giving the voice back to those silenced. It is without a doubt that Athens is the shining star in Georgia. Our forward initiatives represent the quality of government expected from people in today's world. Our focus on environmental, cultural, and historical preservations are what distinguishes Athens-Clarke County from Georgia's typical governing bodies. It is with this progressive history that I approach you today for consideration of, support, and implementation of Proposition 42, a voter initiative legislation draft that will lessen the penalties of responsible cannabis use by adults in Athens-Clarke County. Under Proposition 42, adults 18 years and older will only be subject to a $100 civil fine with no jail time, no criminal record, no probation, and no drug court if caught with 7 grams or less of cannabis. Additionally, Proposition 42 will deprioritize cannabis offenses in the operations of the Athens-Clarke County Police, allowing them to focus on the crimes and drugs that are the true destroyers of our society, such as theft, assault, methamphetamines, and crack cocaine. On the idea of implementing an ordinance contradictory to state law, we look to Denver, Colorado, which in 2005 passed similar legislation, which legalized an ounce, which is 28 grams, for citizens 21 years and older. As Denver is the beacon in the state of Colorado, we would like to see Athens as the beacon in the state of Georgia. While we cannot control or set ordinances for the state police, we do have the ability to guide our city law enforcement officials. And as a majority of the Athens-Clarke County populace have demonstrated, we would like for cannabis possession by responsible adults to no longer be considered a criminal offense in the eyes of city officials. I present to you today 1,024 signatures of citizens who feel that cannabis prohibition needs to end and that Proposition 42 is a small step in the right direction, of which they request a compromise to a solution from their governing body. I pledge to return to these meetings with 1,000 new signatures each month in order to demonstrate what the majority of you already know. Adults should be allowed the choice of cannabis for responsible usage without facing the excessive and outdated penalties currently in place. On behalf of GA NORML UGA and the silent majority of Athens-Clarke County, I thank you for your time and look forward to working with you to achieve a peaceful solution to an unnecessary problem. And if it's all right with y'all, I brought proposed litigation, one for each of the commissioners and the mayor. I'd like to hand them out now.
If you just hand them to the attorney, that'll be fine, and we'll get them passed out. So.
Okay. And I also have the copies of our signatures. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Hill.
I really meant what I said about this elected body being an amazing group and a marvel, and a little inspired by the young man that stood up tonight. Although I've never stood in front of the commission to advocate legalization of any sort of currently illegal narcotics, I did stand before the commission many, many times when I was his age and advocate many other things, mostly along the lines of gender equality and civil rights issues. And it's nice to see young, articulate talent in front of the podium. And when he said silent majority, it made me think of something that I think that has been a theme for me, and admittedly a source of frustration at times, which is that we spend a lot of our time reacting to emails and letters and phone calls we receive from active members of our community who we treasure very much, to have such citizens and individuals involved in our community. But I think it's important, and I think very often it's easy for us to forget and not seek out our roles as leaders to advocate for those that don't contact us, the people that are working 2 or 3 jobs, the people who are living in poverty, that 30% that are often left out of the political process, granted by their own lack of participation. But I think that we can all agree that the reasons for that lack of participation are myriad, varied, and often justifiable by those aforementioned multiple jobs, by lack of educational advancement opportunities, by lack of job training. I think something said tonight during comments with the bankruptcy of another major employer in our community. All of you are going to be faced with a community that is going to be in for a world of hurt like you've never experienced before in your time in Athens. I hope that you will be sensitive in your wise leadership, as I know you are capable over the next few years, and seeking out to be responsible leaders for those individuals, in spite of the fact that the majority of the emails in your inbox may be regarding issues that are not particularly relevant to those individuals. And I think that's probably the most important request that I would impart to the Commission tonight. I've taken a lot of time, but I don't care.